Hi everybody, I'm Michael Keane. This is Ace the Bat Hound, and today I saw Birdman.
I'm so angry.
Go figure, the first movie I review is the one taking pot shots at criticism. So let me level with you. Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, is probably a perfect movie. It stars Michael Keaton as Regan Thompson. He's a former Hollywood star whose career has been in decline ever since he stopped making movies in the lucrative Birdman franchise. He's now written a Broadway play based on a Raymond Carver story, which he is also starring in and directing. He also may have psychic powers, and once his co-stars replaced by Edward Norton, he may be going crazy. Or something. I can't really go too far into the plot without spoiling things, but suffice it to say, there's a lot going on. The film explores themes of what it means to be an artist, your place in the universe, ignorance, as it says in the title, criticism. There's a point where Michael Keaton just fucking tears apart this theater critic that is amazing. And it all does this within the confines of satire about theater, pretty much. About being an actor and your perception of the world around you. Now, I kind of grew up doing theater, and to see the world recreated in such a perfect way in this beautiful, actual Broadway theater is really impressive and really strange, because you don't really see it portrayed that well too often. And here it is, perfect in what is a perfectly shot film. Speaking of well shot, the whole one-take thing is interesting, although it's a bit of a misnomer. The whole film isn't in one take, and I don't just mean that like they digitally change things. There are actual cuts. It just so happens that there's like maybe 3 of them. If you want to be really technical about it. But for the most part, it is presented as one take. With surprisingly basic methods too. Like a lot of the cuts that I could see anyway, often were just an actor walking into darkness and then coming out of darkness. And that's, Hitchcock's Rope did pretty much the same thing. They don't zoom into a guy's suit and then cut and then zoom back out, but I mean it's pretty much the same thing, and it's really impressive. A lot of the computer generated stuff. Or not even computer generated, but a lot of the special effects, a lot of the computer effects are just like removing cameras from mirrors and stuff. And obviously, like, if you looked at the trailer, there's a brief kind of action scene and what have you. There's some fantastical elements in this that obviously are computer generated. But for the most part, there's not as much digital trickery as you'd expect. Acting-wise, they're just aces all around. Keaton's great. Edward Norton is amazingly... He's an amazing sort of three-dimensional douchebag, and he kind of, if you know a lot of actors, then you've met this guy before. Maybe not as famous of a guy, but you've met this kind of guy before. And it's amazing how they don't just turn it into a joke, how they actually keep it fairly, three-dimensional. There are no one-dimensional characters in this film. Zach Galifianakis, Naomi Watts, Emma Stone, they're all phenomenal. I mean, I'm not terribly surprised because they're all great actors, but they all have a lot... That dog's being very noisy. They all have a lot to do, and it's impressive because a lot of them, like Naomi Watts, could just be a dumb actress. Zach Galifianakis could just be, Zach Galifianakis. But none of that is the case, and it's amazing, and I don't know what else to say about it. It's perfect acting all around. Keaton might have given his best performance ever. At the end of the day, I really can't go into too many spoilers. I will make a spoiler-filled video at some point, just because this isn't much of a review, because I can't really talk about things. But at the end of the day, this is a movie that could very well change your perceptions about yourself. And that is not only really cool, but really important. So, let's see, what kind of puss would I give this? I give this a mind-blown puss.